So in the 1930s, there was a movie critic who called movie theaters the new church of the masses, the place where we sit huddled in the dark, looking up into the light at people telling us what it meant to be human. Now, I want you to think about what that meant when you were the little one sitting huddled in the dark during your childhood. What did that mean as you stared into the light? And if you're anything like my children, those stories didn't just stay on the screen. They consumed you. You became those characters. You weren't dressing up like a Jedi or a princess or, God help us, Blippi. You were becoming those characters. If you wanted to become a warrior princess, you could. And the only thing stopping you was your mother finding out you took her new fur vest to make it happen. Or if you needed to slay dragons, and by God, there are always dragons to slay, you knew all you needed was your knight's helmet and your diaper. So we didn't found Sycamore Studios just for our children, but we've got quite a few of them. Our leadership team, we have 15 children under the age of 10, so we know our audience very, very well. But it's not just for our kids, it's also for our culture, because we know that our culture is created and defined by stories. And these stories are in demand like never before. Just last year alone, there was $5.7 billion made at the box office for 12 animated films. If you subscribe to Netflix, you're probably one of the 60% of subscribers who watch animated shows and films on the service. And if you have a pulse and 2 eyeballs, you probably were part of the 55.6 billion minutes of Bluey that was watched in America alone last year. But it's not just about the economic opportunity, which is massive. It's also about the impact in culture, particularly at a time when 14% of 3 to 5-year-olds know how to tie their shoes, but 89% know how to work a smartphone. At no time in history is there more storytelling being delivered to more children than any time before. And this is important because they just don't make them like they used to. Just this past year, 80 million Americans refused to see Disney entertainment because of politics. 130 million Americans believe that the current entertainment landscape does not reflect their beliefs and values. And at Sycamore Studios, we see this as an opportunity because we posit the question, what if families didn't have to choose between the entertainment they love and the values that they live by? Said another way, at Sycamore Studios, we create entertainment so good that you won't want to leave the room, but it's so good that you can. That's ultimately what we're shooting for. And we've assembled the team to do it. Tim Reckart, my co-founder who's here with me, was nominated for an Academy Award. He's also a director of the movie The Star, which if it is not your kid's favorite Christmas movie, it will be soon. Between Cooper Waterman, our head of production and distribution, and myself, the last 2 companies we worked with, we made $5.5 billion at the box office and won 21 Academy Awards. But it's not just us. Folks stepped up to the plate. Our leadership team and our advisory board from places like Marvel Studios, Activision, Pixar, Walden Media, you name it, these folks have stepped up. The talent is meeting the opportunity for the first time. And we can actually compete with the big boys, but at 1/10 of the price in 1/3 of the time with our production model. And we're already doing it. We're creating good, true, and beautiful entertainment based on best-selling IP that are for audiences everywhere. Not just a small corner of the internet, not just the people who sit in our pew, but for the entire world, but with a specific resonance for faith and family values. Audiences, people who want to raise their children in a way that they understand that the purpose of life is serving something greater than themselves. Now, we're raising capital for our film fund right now. We've had a bunch of tremendous investors, some of whom are in this room, already come on board. And one of them asked me, well, Christian, what are the stakes? I didn't understand the question. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, what are the stakes if I don't invest? I understand if I don't invest in the defense tech company or the SaaS company. I understand what the stakes are. What are the stakes if I don't invest in Sycamore Studios? And I said to him, what I'll say to you now. Unfortunately, my childhood and your childhood is very far in the rearview mirror. But my children and your grandchildren, they're the ones that are currently huddled in the dark, looking up into the light. And we at Sycamore Studios have the opportunity, have the responsibility to be the ones telling them what it means to be truly human and what it means to be a child of God. Thank you.